Good morning, students. I, Saimalini Sarkar, as you all know, will be taking your social science tutorial class. Students, if you have noticed, before we have done, all the classes that we have done before was based on geography. Now, in this video, you will be seeing that we are doing a chapter that is based on civics. Now students, before we start with the chapter, let me give you a information that social science is a subject in which various topics are included. For example, geography is there, history, civics, political science, economics. These are the parts of social science. Now, this chapter is based on civics. So students, are you all interested to see that what is the chapter that we are going to learn, and that chapter is also from civics. Good governance. The chapter name is good governance. That means in this chapter we are going to learn about our government. We are going to learn about the organs of government. We are going to learn what is a government, types of government, functions of government, and so on. So students, shall we proceed with the chapter? Now, the very first thing that comes to our mind when we start with the chapter government, that what is the term government is, or what do we actually mean by the word government? What is a government? A group of people managing the affairs of a country is called a government. That means government is a group of people that works for the welfare of the country, that works for the development of the country, that works for the well-being of the country. Correct? So the definition of a government is a group of people managing the affairs of a country is called a government. Functions of a government. What are the functions that a government plays? First, protect the boundaries of the country and maintain peaceful relations with other countries. The first important function that is played, or first important role that is played by the government, is to protect our own country and to maintain a peaceful relation with other countries. Secondly, govern the country according to the laws of the land. Government should govern the country according to the laws or the rules of a land. Thirdly, build the infrastructure of the country. It is one of the important role of a government to develop the country, to work for the development of the country, to work for the well-being of the country. So, it is the work of the government to build the infrastructure of the country. Fourthly, look after the welfare of the people by providing education and health service. It is again one of the most important role of the government to work for the welfare of the people, to work for the people, and they should provide proper education and proper health service to the people living in his country. Fifthly, maintain law and order. We cannot say that a government is there at the head of the country. That doesn't mean he or she can do whatever they feel like. No. They are also bound by the laws and the rules of the country. So they should also maintain law and order. Sixthly, provide aid to the people affected by natural disasters such as floods, earthquakes, etc. It is also an important role of the government to help the people, those who are suffering from natural disasters. It can be from flood, it can be from earthquake, and most importantly, in present situation, we can say that when people are suffering from pandemic situation, then also government should help them out. Levels of government in India. See, there are three kinds of government, that is union government, state government, local government. Now, this government are of two types, municipality and panchayat. Municipality level, what are there? Municipal corporation, municipal council, nagar panchayat. And in panchayat, we have district panchayat, intermediate panchayat and village panchayat. The Indian Union is a sovereign, secular, democratic republic with a parliamentary system of government. We have government at the national level called the central or the union government, and at the state level called the state government. We also have local self-government in cities, towns and villages. So India is having three forms of government, that is union or central government, state government and local self-government. The three organs of the government. What are the three organs of the government? The three organs of the government are legislative, executive, judiciary. Legislative makes the law. All the laws, all the rules are made by legislative or legislature. Executive implements the law. Executive looks after that the laws that are made by the legislature is implemented properly or not. And judiciary makes sure that the laws are obeyed. And judiciary see that the laws that are made by legislature is obeyed or not. In legislative level, we have parliament, that is Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. In executive level, we have the president, and in judiciary, we have the Supreme Court. Three main types of government. Basically, government are of three main types. What are they? First, monarchy. In this type of government, a monarch, a king or a queen, has the absolute power to run the country. In this type of government, the king and the queen are the absolute power, is having the absolute power who runs the country, who rules the country. In this type of government, people do not have the right to choose the ruler. This comes after in a hierarchical order. So, for example, the son of the king will become the king the next time, then his son will become, then his son will become. So, we don't have the opportunity to choose our own ruler. We can say Bhutan is having this kind of government. Monarchy is there in Bhutan. Second one is dictatorship. In this form of government, all the power rests in the hands of one person or a small group of people. Countries like Egypt and Syria has this form of government. What is dictatorship? In this type of government, this power is rested or is given to the people, or to one people it can be given, or to a small group of people who rules the country. For example, Egypt is having a government known as dictatorship. Thirdly, democracy. This is the most popular form of government. Of the people, by the people, and for the people. People participate in political and decision-making processes without considering their race or color. Our very own country, India, has this kind of government. Now, in democracy, the government works for the people, by the people, and of the people. People participate in political and decision-making processes without considering their race or color. They can choose their own government They are not given any limitation that no, you are from a higher caste, you can vote, you are from a lower caste, you cannot give vote. So these are not there. People can choose their own government. So India is having democratic form of government where people can choose their own government. So what are the three forms of government? They are monarchy, dictatorship and democracy. Democracy are also of two types: direct democracy, representative democracy. Now what is direct democracy? Every adult citizen votes on every issue on which a decision is to be taken. This system works in a country with small population, example Switzerland. Whatever you want to take a decision for, you have to vote for that. Correct? And this kind of direct democracy is possible for a country where there is less population, for example Switzerland. Now, next is representative democracy. Most democratic countries have this form of government where people elect their representatives who take decisions on their behalf. Example India. We choose our government and then the government takes decision on behalf of us. Right? So the two form of democracy is direct democracy and representative democracy. Three types of government in India. The three types of government in India are local self-government, state government, central government. Local self-government is at the lower level, then the state government, and central or union government is there in the higher level. Suppose I will give you one simple example that if I need to solve out some problem, the first and the foremost government that I will approach to is to the local self-government. If local self-government cannot solve my problem, then I will approach to state government. After that, I will reach to central government. Am I clear? Now, what is local government or local self-government? Local government is the authority to determine and execute policy in an area inside and smaller than a whole state. Local authorities are multi-purpose bodies responsible for delivering a broad range of services in relation to roads, traffic, planning, housing, economy and community development, environment, recreation and amenity services, fire services and maintaining the register of electors. So local self-government works in a very small area inside the state only, but in a very small area. They are responsible for roads, development of roads, traffic, planning, housing, economy and community development, environment, fire services, and they also maintain a register of electors. Electors means voter list. They maintain a voter list. The next government we will talk about is local self-government are of two types. They are rural local self-government, urban local self-government. Rural local self-government are Gram Panchayat, Gram Panchayat Samiti, Zilla Parishad. So, rural local self-government are Gram Panchayat, Panchayat Samiti, Zilla Parishad. And urban self-governing bodies are municipal corporation, municipal committees, cantonment board, port trust, improvement board. Though we are not going to learn in this chapter in so details, but I have just given you an vivid knowledge or information regarding the types of rural and urban self-governing bodies. The second type of government is state government. Every state has a state government which looks after the needs of the people such as education, medical facilities, finance, cleanliness, water supply, etc. The head of the state is the governor. Every state has a chief minister who is responsible for the welfare of the people in his or her state. Every union territory has a lieutenant governor. Central Union Government. The Government of India, which looks after the whole country, is also known as the central government. The power and the functions of both the state and the central government are defined by the Constitution of India. The Constitution of India is a book of laws according to which our country is governed. So all the laws are written, all the rules are written in the Constitution of India. And the government takes help from there and they rule the country or they govern the country. The Constitution lays down certain rules for the citizens of the country. Some parts of India are looked after directly by the central government. These are called union territories. They don't have any state or local government. They are directly ruled by central government. They are known as union territories. And we have 8 union territories. The central government is responsible for the security of the nation, making laws and supervising the state governments. All the citizens of India above 18 years vote to elect their leaders. In the central government, we have the President, the Prime Minister, and the Council of Ministers who work for the welfare of our country. The first President of independent India was Dr. Rajendra Prasad. The first Prime Minister was Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Now I know. What did I learn in this chapter? The central government looks after the whole country. The state government looks after the welfare of the people in a state. The central government consists of President, the Prime Minister, and the Council of Ministers. Vote power. Citizens, a person who has a legal right to belong to a country. Vote, a formal choice that one makes during an election. Council of Ministers, ministers who are in charge of different areas. Finance, matters related to money. Sovereign, having the highest power or being completely independent. Secular, not connected with religious or spiritual matters. Thank you, students. I hope this will help you out to know your government, the function of them, how they work for you all, the organs of the government, etc. Thank you so much. Take care. Stay safe. Bye, students.